Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be giving you my delayed but finally episode review for the latest and very good episode of AMC's Fear the Walking Dead, which dropped, actually technically doesn't drop until this weekend, but it dropped this past Sunday on AMC Plus. And I'm an AMC Plus member, so I'm sure some of you are as well. So, spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the latest episode of Fear, because I'm going to be dropping some big spoilers throughout this video, because this was a very full video, so you have been warned. That being said, let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, hats off to everybody in this episode. They were all great, no matter how big or minimal their role or presence was. It still felt like an ensemble episode, even though it wasn't quite an ensemble episode. There were just a lot of really good characters in it. I hated seeing, spoiler, I hated seeing John Dory Sr. go. I really hoped he was going to be around much longer in the long run, since John Dory was written off the show. By written off, I mean killed. But now, sadly, it seems like they've done it to his dad as well. But I guess I'm not surprised, getting through that many walkers, despite the awesome makeshift body armor that he was wearing. He got bit, and plus he was kind of doomed already, because apparently he had been exposed to radiation and was dying from radiation poisoning, just like Charlie, unfortunately, so that sucks. So I really hated seeing him go, but at least he died helping get Mo out of the tower and away from Strand, who I feel like is pretty far gone. I mean, it's possible, very possible, he could be redeemed in some capacity. How? I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I am glad that the prick who I thought was a bigger prick than Strand is dead, and I'm glad it was John who killed him, and that was Howard. I did not like Howard. He was an asshole who was eager to please and was starting to lose it as well. And I could understand why he was trying to do things for his family he believed was still out there, but it's kind of fucked up to learn after the fact that there was no need to throw all those people off the tower, because even if they're part of some secret resistance with Morgan or without Morgan, because they found all those walkie-talkies, they murdered people. They threw them off the tower into the crowd of the dead down below, and Howard carried those out as Strand approved it. So it was fitting to watch Howard die in that way, and I'm glad one of our big antagonists is also dead. Last week it was Arno, the leader of the Stalkers. Now it's Howard. Strand is probably the next one to go, unless they do some 180 where he suddenly snaps out of this dictator craze and he goes back to being his normal self. I don't know. But I'm glad Howard is dead. I was pretty happy to see him die, and it didn't bother me too much that John Dory Sr. was the one to do it, even though he didn't want to do it. And I also didn't feel that bad about it when Strand confirmed and revealed to Dory Sr. after the fact, oh yeah, we found his wife and son. They're dead. They've been dead for months. But he kept that drive. He wanted that drive to keep Howard moving forward, to try to make this place as good as possible. So I could get that, even though it's kind of twisted. But it's not that twisted from what Luciana did to Daniel in the last episode. So it's really not that off if you think about it. So very good episode. Great acting from Keith Carradine, Jenna Elfman, Coleman Domingo, everybody else involved. Like I said, a lot of the characters popped up in scenes here and there. Some had bigger roles and more of a presence than others, but everybody, I felt, did a great job when and where they were on screen. So I was happy about that. I also liked how, ironically, all the stuff that Howard had been collecting and saving since the end of the world ended up being useful after all, and not some obsolete collector's item when Dory put it together for his makeshift body armor outfit to get Mo across the field of the dead to Morgan. So I liked how all that stuff had a purpose after all, so that was cool. Prior to Dory Sr. knocking Strand out and taking Mo to Morgan, I really thought Dory Sr. was starting to get through to Strand, because Strand was starting to look much more, I would say, humane than he's looked in a very long time. And it just got me thinking, maybe he's really going to listen to Dory Sr., or then again, maybe not. And of course, Dory Sr., for a second there, I thought, oh shit, are they about to drop 2 bombshells on us? Is he going to execute Victor with a shot to the head? Oh no, he knocked him out. Okay, well, that's fine. Because despite the terrible things he's done, I still like Strand. I even love the fact how much he respected and liked Dory Sr.'s efforts for framing Howard with the walkie-talkie just to gain Strand's faith and confidence. And even though he learned the truth, he still had Howard killed. And I was like, damn, that's cold, but a cool kind of cold, if that makes sense. Anyway, I really liked this episode. I wouldn't say I loved it because I hated seeing John Dory Sr. die, and I've really enjoyed Keith Carradine's performance since he's been on this show since last season. I was really hoping he'd be with us for at least the rest of this season, but then again, in this world, people can go like that for whatever reason. So, great episode. Really liked it. Hated seeing Dory Sr. go, but I was also glad that we got to see Howard go in a much more satisfying, not so sad death, because that prick really had it coming. So it was a double-edged episode. You know, on the one hand, we said goodbye to a beloved character. On the other hand, we finally said farewell and fuck you to someone we really hated. So I'll accept that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I apologize for the delay. What did you think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. We only have, I think, 4 more episodes to go this season, and a lot can happen in 1 episode. So stay tuned for those. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for watching. And, of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.